I've been thinking a lot about the show, and I feel like now is a good time to kind of address our audience.
You're trying to address the audience?
I'd like to address
about the show?
I'd like to address the audience about the show.
Like a nice pair of slacks. It's good for that.
Because, right now when I don't have a voice, it's the perfect time for me to do a lot of talking.
Hell is that?
Okay.
Sir, we can't allow the horns in here. You're going to have to leave. Oh. Sorry.
Oh.
Hold on. I have to stand and make the announcement.
Very presidential over there.
Ladies and gentlemen of Good Morning, You Junks. We now present to you the, match.
The match.
Wade. Yes. Every raucous applause.
Thank you. Please
from
be seated.
both
Please be
chambers.
Can I stay standing?
You can stand.
Okay.
Yes, you are the Joint Chiefs of Justin. You're allowed to stand and look stoic.
Good.
There's a lot of shows out there. There's a lot of shows you can be listening to, but we're here to try to put on the best show that we don't want to put on a show that's exactly like everything else, and that's why we're trying something a little different. If you're listening to us on podcasts, I don't think this show's really a podcast. We're available on that format, but we're really trying to put together a radio show, and we want you guys to listen. We want people to listen. When I say we want people to listen, that doesn't mean we want everybody to listen, because this show isn't for everybody. This show is, I think, for the outliers, for people that don't quite feel like they've fit in everywhere, or they don't feel comfortable listening to, like, I don't know, whatever the popular shows of the day are. Justin, what are some of the popular shows of the day?
On podcasts?
Yeah.
I guess, you can always go to Marin. Marin's pretty popular.
NPR.
Anything on NPR
Whatever
is
NPR is
pretty...
doing.
Serial.
Cheers.
Cheers isn't a podcast. That's fine. But we don't want to do that. We don't want to be a podcast like that. We don't want to be two guys just sitting in a basement talking.
No, there's three of us. We're sitting in a studio clubhouse. It's vastly different.
I mean, we could talk about one subject and ad nauseum, and I don't think that's good enough for you guys. I think what we want to do is we want to do a show that's a real show, that's goofy at times, that's stupid at times, but never ever sells the audience short. Because we appreciate everybody who comes in to listen, no matter who you are. Even if you are the popular kid, definitely if you're not the popular kid. If you were somebody who was told that, you weren't going to make it in whatever it is you wanted to do, art, or you wanted to make movies or TV shows. We're just three guys.
Autobiographical, or if they wanted to be really good at Guitar Hero or
You
working
wanted
at
people to stop doing this to you.
The three of us started this show because we want to entertain. We have a love for talk radio, and we worked really hard to make this something that's that you can listen to, that isn't terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there we work really, really hard behind the scenes on things like how the show sounds, on all the production, on things like becoming better talkers on the mic.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that we're sending out a show to you guys that is as polished as we can do on the budget that we're doing it on. And that budget is absolutely zero. We've got no money to work with. We put decent numbers up as far as listens go, but we don't have any sponsors yet. We're working on sponsors, obviously, because we want to be able to get to more people, and we want more people to listen to us. And that's what led us to start Radio Free Radio, because radio's become corporate and boring, and we think we're on the cusp of a change, or a real change for how people are going to devour. I mean, we're seeing it with TV. TV is completely different now, and the way people are devouring and consuming TV is completely different. Mm-hmm. And I think radio is going to get the same way. And that's why we want to bring a channel to you that's going to have weird shows that are absolutely cultivated by me and by Justin and by Nathan and by a lot of other collaborators that you guys don't even know yet, that you'll come to know. We're putting together a station that's like an old-fashioned independent station that's not like a Clear Channel ripoff and doesn't have a bunch of production or PDs running the place. Yeah. Because we want to get that real pirate feel. I mean, we may be sending out a pirate signal soon.
No,
not that pirate.
Oh gosh, stop.
He doesn't know where this the studio clubhouse is anyway.
He doesn't know.
We've
how
got
to not
the
curse.
studio clubhouse now, which is our next kind of phase in evolution, where we've put together a studio out of. I mean, we built it out of just shambles of wood and pieces of.
I
metal.
found the driftwood.
Lots of
Justin
nails.
brought the pallets.
So many nails. And
everywhere.
I wish there was more nails in here, though. Oddly enough.
Yeah. We're going to be playing lots of music, and we're going to be playing music that doesn't get a chance anywhere else from across the country. I mean, it's not just a local thing. We're going to be putting music. If you've got if you've got a band and you want a place where you can be heard, then get your music to us, and we'll play it. Because we are a bunch of outliers. We don't think normally the way normal people think. We don't fit in any kind of mold, and we want our listeners to be the exact same way. And if that's you, if you're someone out there and you're listening to it right now, and you're like, what is this, a podcast? I like this. It doesn't even sound like a podcast because it's not. You can find us in all kinds of places. You can find us on YouTube. You can see us the videos. You can find us 24 hours a day on Radio Free Radio. Just not necessarily this show, but you can definitely feel something that's been lovingly crafted for you guys by us, and it's going to continue that way, and it's going to get better, and it's going to get bigger, and all we need is to get to you guys and to bring you in and give you a big bear hug and say, yes, you belong here. Would like to French your face.
I ain't hugging no bear.
You don't have to hug a bear.
You don't have to.
Okay, good.
That's what Radio Free Radio is going to be about. That's what Good Morning You Drunks is about. It's about having a morning show that's at night. It's not really a podcast. We have
never
to
really
put it
were.
out a podcast.
Yeah.
We never really were. We're just not podcasty people. And if we get into maybe a fest, though, we will say, "Oh yeah, no, that's cool. We're podcast."
We're totally a podcast.
But first and foremost, I think now that we're evolving, we really want you guys to listen to us on Radio Free Radio. And it's going to be up at radiofradio.com. See what we did there? It's almost clever.
Oh.
Well, at least it's not Radio Free Radio Rocks.
That would be terrible.
Or radio.
Radio .net.
For sure it was a .biz. Well,
I mean, I know there's other people out there like us that miss old-time kind of radio before it became corporate, before it became just a bunch of Bob stations, before it had that personal touch. Everything here, from down to our shows, we're going to be launching #WrestlePals in a couple of weeks. Yep. We've got, I'm working on a stand-up comedy hour. We're working on a bunch of shows, and then we've got a bunch of guest DJs coming in that are actually going to be taking DJ shifts. And all of this is all being curated by us, by hand. It takes a lot of work.
It does.
I mean, we're not a bunch of program directors here, so we're trying to do the best we can to just hand make and hand craft something good. And I hope you guys come along for it. If you don't, fuck you. Because
there it
is.
That's the truth, though.
It's a good place for it, though.
Yeah.
There's got to be one.
We're used to being told that you can't do something.
Yeah.
And every time that somebody tells us that we can't do something, then we just do it. In fact, Justin told me I couldn't start a radio station last week. And I said, fuck you. Here's a radio station. Here's your login. Let's go.
That's what happened.
I believe the exact words were, "Hey, here's your radio station, dick."
Yeah.
That's what we do. I mean, that's what we do. And I know that there's a lot of you guys out there that want to help out or send us tapes. And
You got submissions, you got ideas.
let us know.
We try to be as interactive as possible. I mean, Justin's all over the Facebook thingy. We've got the Twitters. We can always reach out to any of us individually. We keep hammering us. We will get back to you. We want to hear from you. We want to have your input because we're not just making this for ourselves. This isn't a self-aggrandizing thing. We want to bring together those people that don't have a place.
The most important thing that me and Justin have been saying when we've been out this weekend, we were at a couple shows and we were talking to some people, and we were bringing up the station. The most important thing we always said, our station.
Yes.
And not ours as in me and Justin. It's our station, all of us. And we want to know what you guys want to hear, and we want to represent everyone we can. Well, the outliers.
Yeah.
We want to represent all the outliers. We want to represent indie music. We want to represent, the guys that are out there struggling with their stand-up and they can't find anywhere to play their stuff. We're going to play it here, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm out of breath.
Well, the thing is, just before we need to get to break. We're up against it, as they say in radio terms. But everybody has a place here. I think Matt made that point, but I'd like to reiterate it. Everybody has a place here. If you feel like your place is just as a listener, awesome. We need those too. If you feel like you want to come host a shift, awesome. We need those too. If you feel like you want to curate a show, awesome. We need that too. There's something for you
if
here.
If you've got show ideas, anything, just let us know.
If you got a bit or a segment, there's a home here for you.
We have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of airspace to fill. And
it's all free form right now.
I'm not going to put just nothing but 24 hours of Miami bass. We're not going to do 24 hours of
the Miami
dance music.
Miami Vice cover band that's just bass.
Not a bad idea. No. I mean,
Miami Ace of Base.
See, I submitted an idea and it's shot down. You see that?
Well, you did it on air at least instead of over the email.
Appreciate that. Got back to me right away.
That would have been nice.
Screw your bass fest. It's like, I understand. It's cool. Whatever, man. Outlier amongst outliers.
Speaking of the show we went to,
outside outliers.
Right here we got Dear Adamus with Chapter 1, Blood, Diamonds, and Gold.
Pretty much just a liar. That's what
You're not Henry Rollins.
Hey, standing ovation for...
Oh, yes.
Man.
Oh, hey.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. Matt. Mr.
Prime Minister or something. Okay, that's enough of this.
I'm just a man.
Dear Adamus, Chapter 1, Blood, Diamonds, and Gold.
A man with a dream.
Small man with a tiny member. Wait, no, that's terrible.
It's Good Morning, You Drunks on free radio? Radio Free Radio.
Free Radio.
It'll take a while,
It'll
fellas.
take a second. We'll be right back.